Hello, I'm Cathy from Child Mama, and this is a short video called all about what makes a good facilitator. This is part of the Birth and Bump Birth Baby Business Boost. So hopefully you're coming here because you are you're either already running a classes, workshops, fun play sessions for parents and their babies, for children, or expectant parents, or you're considering becoming running something like that, and you're wondering, is this for you? Whatever, this short video hopefully will inspire you. I do the right tools. Right, so this is me, and why am I doing this? So this is me on holiday in Devon last year, and I have been working with families for a couple of decades now. I started off, I trained to become a teacher, but in the meantime, I volunteered with the NCT. I set up a toddler group. In a couple of areas. I was on a parent representative on multidisciplinary panels, organising and arranging services in my area. I devised and developed pregnancy relaxation courses, and then I went around the Short Start Children's Centre. I did that for 7 years and loved it, and got so much knowledge and skills from doing that, including running lots and lots of groups. I was already doing groups with the NCT. I did bump and baby groups. I did home birth group, and then I went to the Children's Centre and I was running even more, and also parenting courses and classes, and honed my skills and started developing courses and training people. And then about 7 years ago, I set up Child Mama, and 6 months later, I left my job and went independent, and that's why here we are. And in that time, I have developed lots more workshops and courses, and in the last 2 3/4 years, I've been training facilitators to run them. And that is one of the reasons I'm doing this week, because I want to support them and help them feel good about what they're doing, and give them some ongoing support and training. And also, obviously, you'll find out, and some of you may come and train with me, but I'm going to be talking about other providers as well. So maybe this is you, maybe you recognize yourself. These are two wonderful women who did starting solids training with me. You'll see some of the pictures are from some of the courses, trainings, parent groups that I have run. Being empathic, being warm, learning new things. So you wouldn't be here if you're interested in learning. And it's helping parents to connect with their babies and children and see them having fun. And underlying that is mental health and well-being, isn't it? So hopefully you recognise yourself in some of that. Well, the good news is there is research to say what makes a good facilitator or a good parent educator, which in many ways you are. Even if you are running a play session, there is an element of education, because it's about learning rather than educating, as that quote said right at the beginning. This is what the research says: being empathic and warm, respectful, non-critical, flexible, being able to see the funny side of things, enthusiastic, and being happy in the role of non-expert. One thing that puts people off becoming a facilitator is they think, I can't do it because I don't know enough. I'm not an expert enough. You don't have to be an expert. Parents are the experts in themselves and in their babies and their children. You are there to facilitate any learning that they want to do. You don't have to be the expert. Do that list. Let's go back and have a look at that list. Now look at this list again. Oh, it's the same. So you would make a perfect facilitator. I'm going to give you some tips now from the time, from what I've learned and trainings that I have done to become a good facilitator. First one is set expectations. So I used to have to do recruitment when I managed the children's centre, and my line manager said the recruitment starts with the advert. And the same with you, your expectations for parents, what to expect, starts with your advertising, starts with your sign up. Think about when you are when you're collecting the information, what kind of message are you giving when you're asking for the information from them? How much information do you need to ask? Are you only should ask for information from them that you actually need and is actually useful? What sort of information and what sort of message? And it's really easy to get stuck in sales talk and use words that sound corporate when you're doing advertising. It's really important that it sounds like it comes from you. It's going to reflect how you are when you're running the sessions. But you're also setting expectations. People want to feel contained. They want to feel that it's a known concept what they're signing up for. So before they sign up, once they've signed up, before they attend the session, they need to know things. So this is about helping people to access. Consider what things might be accessing them. Do they think it's going to be for them? Don't focus much about what you're going to do. If you're going to say, in this session, I will be, stop there and change it. In this session, you will. In this session, at the end of the session, you will feel more, I hope you'll feel more confident. This is what you're going to get from, this is what your baby's going to get from it. The welcome is everything, isn't it? Make sure that you're prepared for them, that it's a welcoming environment. Consider, what do they see when they walk in the room? What do they see? Because we have all our senses. We don't just hear what somebody says. We're looking all around. Is this an appropriate, safe space? Is this a space where somebody like me can feel comfortable? And so we're thinking of making sure in your advertising and in what's around in the room where you are, that you are being inclusive of diverse range of people that may come. And when they arrive, again, help them feel contained, help them feel safe. Don't overload them, just tell them what they need to do, what they need first. So where the toilets are, where to put their bags, and what's going to happen next. And if you can, offer them something, talk to their baby, build that relationship. Did you find it all right? Oh, I love her coat. You can just start a very short conversation and then let them be. This is from a home birth group. We did observe and respond. So notice body language as well. Don't just, you're looking. As a facilitator, you need to be alert and aware. And it's always good if there's more than one of you, then you can take it, you can both be observing, and you respond and step in if you need to. It may be that you're going to notice something and think, I need to follow up with that person, or I'm going to change something I do. I'm not sure that person felt comfortable. Noticing things, noticing somebody, make sure everybody is nothing worse than going somewhere and nobody speaks to you, or they're talking about things. I went to something and everybody was talking about spa days, and that was so out of, now I'd quite like to go talk about spas, but that certainly when I was a young mum, that was not something that was on my radar. So steer conversations if you need to. keep them safe. It goes without saying, but actually that helps people to relax and feel comfortable and be alert for trips and slip hazards, and also consider safeguarding of children. We all have a responsibility to safeguard children and adults, to hold the space for them. They are engaging. It's not really about what you do. It's about engaging, and sometimes we don't have to do anything. It's very easy. I talk a lot as a doula about actually being more a beeler than a doula. That's actually just us being there. And so holding the space, creating a space so they're not feeling rushed and they can access things as they need to, and recognizing the differences that there are. Some people want to talk, some people want to be quiet. Think about how you can change what you're doing to incorporate whether people want to engage or whether they just want to watch, how you can support that. One of the things we talk about in our training sessions is scenarios and how you deal with scenarios, and it's really important being non-judgmental and non-directive, so not putting people on the spot. Even with praise, oh, I love how you hold the baby, and the person's next to them thinking, she hasn't said that to me, maybe I'm not holding my baby well, or whatever, not putting people on the spot, not being directive, and being non-judgmental. There are all sorts of stories, and the older I get, the more I realize that so many people are going through difficult times that we don't know, and they may not show it there with your session, which is great, because maybe it's the place where they can just be themselves. So next tip, enjoy it. The group will mirror it. And that's one of the things people like. You want to be somewhere that's fun. If you're all stressed, it's better that you forget. It doesn't have to be perfect. You've forgotten things. It doesn't matter. Move on. Most of the time, people won't know that you weren't going to do that. Reflect, always good. Whether you keep a notebook or do it in your head, what worked well, what could be better if, and you can use the same with clients. I often find one of the tips is to, it's made me think, going back to holding space really, about reflecting back. It says don't be perfect, you don't have to know anything. So we said about not being an expert. Reflecting things back, if they ask you, how do you think I should do with my baby? Say, what do you think? Have you come across things? What questions do you need to ask? And sometimes say, do you know, I just don't know. But I'll tell you what, I will go away and ask. And if you don't know how to find out, ask me. And I'm usually good at finding, I don't know it, but I will be able to signpost. And I've done lots of research when I come back from doing sessions and found things. So I hope you have found that helpful. And I like that quote, because I think that's what we're trying to do, even with the play sessions, where you're giving parents confidence of things that they can do at home, and confidence in playing and interacting with their babies and children. And so last couple of points. So that I like calling people facilitators rather than educators, because you are facilitating. It's the people who come to your sessions are doing the doing, and you are there to make it easier for them, to give them the environment, to give them the tools they need, to give them the guidance, a bit like a parent would. And in many ways, what you're doing is role modeling. And in 2 days' time, I'm going to be talking about how your bump birth baby business could actually change and save the world. And it's all about that, what you're giving to parents and what you're role modeling. So back to facilitator. So that's why I like using the word facilitator. And you'll notice I called this as how to be a good facilitator. It wasn't how to be a great facilitator, because I don't want you worrying about the need to be a great facilitator. You don't have to be. You only need to be a good one. And good is good enough. Just like with parenting, we've got so many other things going on. And actually, if you focus on being a good facilitator, you probably will be a great one. I really hope that you enjoyed it all. Big shout out to the International Journal of Birth and Parenting Education. If you are running sessions and courses for expectant parents, for new parents, and even older, then the International Journal of Birth and Parenting Education is fabulous, and loads of resources and loads of tips. If you've got any questions you would like to ask me or want to find out any more, then this is how to get in touch with me. But keep an eye out for all the other things I'm doing in this bump birth baby boost business boost. All right, take care. Bye.